your game up.
I wanna go into real quick, yo. The symbol, the necklace
Oh, the
that you got on. Yeah, you was breaking that, and I see
Yeah.
with your son, with your. For those that follow you, they know, man. Like you're a great father, man.
Yeah.
Also your brother. We ain't Grizz right, yo. Grizz, real quick, just say something.
People
man.
don't even know Grits is in the building.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing over there in the corner. He probably put me all over Snap and stuff.
Yeah. Grizz, get on here, because anybody that know, you know what? If you follow, you know Grits, man. He killed it. He's like, I don't even know how many awards you won, man, for album of the year, video of the year, man. And CT, he's known, and you're also a person, a big media, you're just a media phenomenon, like. So you know what I mean, and you definitely in the building, and you do your thing. But just break down that symbol real quick, because I see your son had the chain on, or I mean, he got his own necklace.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
He just like wearing it and stuff, like
Okay.
It's an ankh. The ankh is from Kemet, Egypt. Is basically mean eternal life and stuff like that. I don't do the cross thing. The cross is a murder symbol. You gotta think about it like this. Supposedly, I don't do this white Jesus thing. People get offended because I always bash on that and stuff. I remember like maybe last month I had posted a picture of a white Jesus busting it open on a cross and stuff.
Yeah. I see.
And then I put one up with T.G. Jakes leaning on the wall saying, where's my money, or some shit like that. But anyway, the cross, supposedly, if you go by what these Christians believe, the cross is what Jesus died on.
Okay.
That was I want to say an execution thing, but it basically was a place where if you was on that cross, you was going to die.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's like me. You love this guy so much, right? Say that's like my brother or something. Say he perhaps they put him on a cross or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then I love him so much. Now I'm walking around with a picture of him on a cross, walking around. That's like, you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's like a murder symbol. The cross. People think that, mind you, even with that if you look and do history and check it up, the cross wasn't even around yet. Supposedly when Jesus was around. The cross happened years and years later. How they was doing stuff before, it was just a stick going up in the air, like a little stick. So if supposedly, just like how the Jehovah's Witness said, Jesus would have been killed like this. He would have been killed like this, not like this. This happened 400 or 500 years later and stuff. People don't know that because people just take what they learned without checking for themselves. But that's a murder symbol. This means eternal life. It means life. The Egyptians, the emperors and all this stuff, they had these basically everywhere. They had it on their walls. They wore it on their necks. They wore it on their crowns. They wore it. It was a sign of life. It was a good sign. So they use it as a kind of protection, like kind of. So this is what's right.
Exactly.
That cross thing. They took the cross from this.
You can clearly see it.
This came before the cross. They took this from this, and all they did was close this in. So this the life sign, and the cross is the death sign.
Exactly.
So people walk around with death on their chest. I can't do that.
And to be honest with you, if you take a lot of these Christianity symbols, they came from earlier religions or other things. Like a lot of it, like you could break down
a lot of stuff. Christianity is just a copy of everything else that was before it and stuff, and then they add their little pagan. Well, I won't even say pagan because the Christians would say the African culture is pagan and stuff like that, when it's not. Technically, they made people think that. Well, they made our people think that what the Africans doing is bad. So-called black magic, like Vadun, Santeria, whatever you want to call it, Obia. They made that bad when it's not. That's African. That's the Africans, we dealt with our ancestors. You know,
Exactly.
we was dealt with our ancestors. We didn't deal with some white guy that runs around in a white robe, butt naked under. That's a pervert y'all praising to. Like that. There's no white man in the sky. You know, ain't no red man. Well, shit. The devil's sign now. You know, the image of the devil is supposed to be red and stuff like that. Just picture what people look like when they get mad and who turns red. You know. When I get mad, I don't turn red. But it's some people, when they get mad, they do turn red.
Shoot.
So, but I'm just saying, but, you know, that we did a lot of, you know, it was natural stuff. That's how we was. Before they came into the continent and started spreading this Christianity stuff like that, this Islam stuff like that.
And forcing it, mind you.
Nah, it was
on.
forced. People think that Christianity was spread through Africa and stuff through love. Nah, that shit was spread through rape, murder, confusion, and stuff like that. You know, like like even Africa, Islam, and Christianity. It was big wars early for that. You know, Islam basically took majority of Africa though. And you know, it's basically you follow this or you die. And a lot of when they be saying, oh, the Africans brought slaves, you know, they sold their own slaves and stuff like that. They do their history. A lot of these slaves was people that rebelled against these religions. A lot of them rebelled. Like it was when the Arabics and stuff came into the continent, because Africa's a continent, not a country. A lot of people don't know that. When they came in, even though their slavery was different, it was basically like, yo, all right, you're gonna become like us. Oh, we don't want to come like us. Oh, you don't want to? Okay, chain you up. White man come in. Hey, take this guy. You know, take him for a few years or something and bring him back. White man, okay, I do that. They take him, bring him across the Atlantic. Never bring them back, you know.
Wow.
A lot, you know, that's what a lot of that stuff happened. You know, also, a lot of these people that was sent over here was either political prisoners. That's the ones that the Africans was bringing in. Those were political prisoners. Then, of course, you know, the Portuguese, the Dutch, you know, the British, the Spaniards. You know, they came in there and they also grabbed up their own people. You know, they grabbed up whatever they could and they was bringing them over there and stuff like that. But before that, it was. We had our own way of life. Like we were spiritual. We wasn't religious. You know, we praised our ancestors. You know, we was those type of people. You know, people say, oh, we was all kings and queens. Nah, we was not all kings and queens. You know, that's not true. And how we all kings and queens? And they was rebels. They was warriors. You know, like that. You know.
Exactly.
That's what it was. You know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably some with royal blood in them somewhere, but. Nah, it's not everybody a king or a queen. Like, you know, people they just run with stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, sound good.
Yeah, it sounds good, basically, you know. And a lot of people, you could tell nowadays, that's why when you look at American sports and stuff like that, you see why the black man and the black woman, they're so strong when it comes to physical sports and stuff like that. That if they get into sports, they always better. Like, you know. Black man goes into any sport. I don't care. Even hockey. What's his name? Remember the basketball player Popeye Jones?
Yep.
His son, I think, was 3 years ago, was the #1 draft pick in the hockey. And hockey.
Wow.
I think his mom was white though, but still, he still had like the black blood and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, and there's more black people playing hockey now. You
exactly.
know? And you know, tennis with Tiger, you know, and stuff like that. All these people that was athletes, they're warriors.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, DNA straight from warriors, man. These are the ones. Remember, white people they treated us like horses. So they'll take a strong. All right, I need a strong, tall guy. You know, I need this guy to be doing stuff like this. So, damn, this dude's tall. I'm gonna breed him with this girl right here. She's tall. You know, I need a strong dude. Like that could work all day. He's strong. I'm gonna breed him with this one, you know.
Exactly.
They bred us just like dogs, man. The same way how they was breeding dogs for different types of tasks, that's what they was doing for us, you know.
Exactly, man.
So, yeah, man, that religious stuff, man. I can't take something, You know, and it took me years to figure out, and then I've looked, but I can't take something that was given to me by force, you know?
Exactly.
And then all it did was pass down and pass down. That's all they do. It's natural for parents and any species to keep on passing down something if they think it's gonna make them survive. You know, these black slaves and stuff that they took Christianity and Islam and stuff, even in Africa, and they of course they mixed it in with their old natural stuff that a lot of it was erased, but some stuff in us just can't erase. That's why we make slang and we do certain stuff like that. That's why we like jewelry and stuff like that, because naturally we like jewelry from before we came over here and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you know what I mean. They basically just pass it down, like, all right, this thing, you know, Christianity, they gave them strength to move on and keep on going through all that slavery stuff like that, but you know, to keep them better and stuff like that. That's like a rat or a mouse, you know. If they find something to eat, they're gonna bring it back to their family, and they're gonna keep bringing their family back to that same spot. And it's getting passed down. Those babies is gonna bring those babies. Those babies, you know, it's gonna keep going like that. And that's all they did. They were just passing this Bible down from over and over and over again, you know.
And I feel like with the Bible, like, also, you know, for a slave, that was almost like, you know what, read his Bible. If you die, you go to a better place. So that'll keep y'all calm here.
Yeah,
you know, it's bad here, but when I die, I'm going to a better place. So I might not rebel. I might not, you know.
To keep them calm, keep them submissive and stuff. The Bible was used as a way to make people submissive and stuff. Keep them from rebelling and stuff. You know, they had to do stuff. Even when Haiti got had their little revolutions and they beat the French, became independent and stuff like that. The United States would not let the they would not let the United States know that it was a war going on in Haiti.
What now? What? Why?
Because they didn't want the black people up here
to
see that these black people down there is pushing these people out. They couldn't have nobody. They couldn't have that. You know, they fear for black people to come together. The most scariest thing for the government and the men. You know, I call it white men, not all the white people. I'm just gonna say that because I don't want to come off as racist. But I'm just being the truth. They know who runs America. It's definitely not us. But the white men don't want. They can't have the black man come together. They need us to be. You know, they took. That's why they put the drugs. They put a little bit amount of drugs into the ghetto, give it to a certain amount of people to sell it, have everybody else see it, so they'd be mad, and then all type of hate. We gotta hate each other. You know, if black people come together, they gotta eliminate us. You know, that's what they did with that thing that happened in Oklahoma years ago. They had a revolution out there back in the day with the black people and stuff like that.
Not the Black Wall Street.
Not Black Wall Street. It was another thing where it was basically a city. I forgot the name of it. It was basically a city, and the black people actually fought against these white people, and they kept that under wraps, and that happened right in the United States.
Wow.
You know, it was a lot of stuff like that they kept under wraps. The FCC, they would not let that be known.
Exactly.
Because they can't have these people coming joining together. You know, like Marcus Garvey, he was one of the most dangerous people to the United States.
Exactly.
Because he had his movement is the largest black movement ever.
Exactly.
And it was not just the United States. He had black people here, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. You know, he had the Colombian people of black, black base saying, "Yo, I'm black. I'm proud to be black." You know, he had all these people like that. And he was having them all come together. He was telling them to stop buying their stuff. Start buying from yourself. Stop. He was promoting black doll babies, black newspapers, black businesses, all that stuff like that. White man, they was like, man, we gotta get this dude out of here. So they made up a little plan, say some fraud shit.
They had us beefing with each other.
Yeah, like that. He, Marcus Garvey, he was beefing with the NAACP.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know that now, but his was for a reason, because during that time, with what's his name, that Dubois, whatever you name, when he started his thing, the boys, you know, he was mixed, you know, black, white. The NAACP, when it first came off, was mostly all mulatto or the whitest looking black people you could see.
Wow, I didn't know.
And Marcus Garvey used to put them out there. He'd be like, yo, why you don't put no dark skinned people in your group? You know?
Wow.
He was saying that, you know, and he was I'm telling you, look it up. And, you know, they had little issues with it, you know. It got to the point where Du Bois, he started trying to add darker people in his group, you know. And then they got mad because Marcus Garvey sat down with the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Oh,
and
yeah,
enjoyed it, you know? And people was like, oh, this dude crazy. He does help. But see, people so ignorant, which ignorant means lack of knowledge. People be saying that word all the time. That shit drive me crazy when they're like, oh, they ignorant, don't even know what the word mean. But and that word savage. I hate that word savage because people don't know what that word mean either. But when Marcus Garvey, he sat down and he agreed with the Grand Wizard. Okay, white people, white power. Black people, black power. You know, he believed that we should do for ourselves. Y'all should do for y'all. You know, which nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean that you hate the other one.
Exactly.
You know, but you gotta think about it. Black people, we're only the only ones who really don't do for our own.
Exactly.
You know, we're the only ones who don't do for our own. You know, like everything we get. Like I'm pretty sure, besides this and this, is created by the white man.
Exactly.
Not because I choose to, but that's what's sold. And then, you know, a lot of stuff and the one thing I don't like though, a lot of the black owned stuff though, they make it more expensive than the other thing. They gotta see that too. If you want people to buy your shit, you gotta make it so we can afford it.
Step